Alright. No. Okay. I just healed that. Ah, contact damage. Alright, that's the end. Thanks, Hornet. Thank you. I'll see you in Silksong. Now the real fun begins. Oh boy. I mean, at least I got a full soul meter. Alright, let me just casually challenge the fucking sun real quick. Just draw my nail on the fucking sun. Alright, let's do this, Moth. Let's dance. Full screen title card and everything. Let's go. Oh. Okay. I'm not confident enough to try and pogo off those spikes. Alright. Phase 1 done. Sure, I spammed Abyss Shriek as a bit of a clutch, but hey, it's working. Oh, that's karma. Oh. Oh. That was close. Wait. This is the final segment. This is the end! Alright. Just don't get hit. Don't get hit by the power of the sun here. And that's that! Done and done. Sit down, Moth Lady! And there we go. And there we go. Oh boy. And that's that. That was a lot easier than I thought. Oh. Ending scene. I'll shut up real quick. And Hornet's okay. Wake up, Hornet. Silksong releases in 2 days. We got work to do. Aww. R.I.P. Alright, is that it? Credits? Yep, alright, credits. Wanted to make sure there isn't another cutscene. Okay, wow. That was a lot easier than I thought it'd be, honestly. That was a lot easier than I anticipated going in, than what I expected. Although, to be fair, I did spam Abyss Shriek as a bit of a crutch, so I can't really say anything in that regard. I kinda made it easy for myself, kinda cheesed the fight with that, took a massive chunk out of her health right from the beginning. So it would have been significantly harder if I had just fought her with only the nail as opposed to using any spells, so I can't really say anything about that. But like I said, I wasn't going for skill or style or trying to have some cool challenge, some interesting way of defeating her with certain charms set up or nail only or anything like that. I wasn't trying to do any of that. I just wanted to complete the fight. I just wanted to be able to say that I defeated the Radiance. And I can. I can actually say that. I never thought I'd be able to, honestly. But I actually can. I can say that I beat the final boss of Hollow Knight. Pretty cool. Of course, it's an achievement shared by many, probably millions of people, but now I'm part of that ballpark, so I'd say it's pretty cool regardless. Sure, it may not be the most impressive accomplishment in Hollow Knight history, far from it, but it is something I can at least say I accomplished, so that's gotta equate to something, right? That's gotta be worth something. I mean, it wasn't a perfect run, I wouldn't even say it was a particularly good run, but it was still a completed run. I still won, so, I mean, that's it, that's something. And that's that. Run completed. Alright, now we can just sit here and talk for a little bit. So, wow. First completed Hollow Knight playthrough in several years, and technically the second playthrough I've ever completed with this game, the second playthrough I've ever had in this game. Yeah, I actually managed to beat the true final boss this time around. Pretty cool, pretty sweet. Again, not the greatest accomplishment, but it is at least an accomplishment. I can say I did. And that's gotta equate for something. Anyway. Man, I am so hyped for Silksong when it releases in 2 days. I am so hyped, I'm so excited. I really like Hollow Knight. I said it before in my video talking about the Silksong news with everything happening at Gamescom. I really like Hollow Knight. I think it's a great game. There's so much I could praise about this game. I could sing its praises for so long. Especially now that I've completed a full playthrough and I've gotten a feel for the game again, not just watching YouTube or scrolling through Reddit posts occasionally. Now that I've actually gotten back into the game, gotten the feel for it again, and actually managed to beat the majority of the bosses in the game. I didn't touch like Godhome or anything like that. Didn't do any of that stuff, didn't do the Pantheons or the Path of Pain or anything. I just kind of went through most of the map and fought most of the bosses that were in the way. And I did a little bit of the Grim Troop. I didn't fight Nightmare King Grim though. But anyway, now that I've gotten a feel for the game again, now that I've gotten back into it, it makes me love it even more. It reminds me of why I fell in love with this game. It's challenging, sure. It can be really challenging, and honestly, it can be pretty frustrating at times, especially for a new player or someone like me who's returning after years of not playing the game and just kind of forgetting about a lot of the stuff that happens in it and a lot of the mechanics getting rusty with the combat and everything. It can get pretty frustrating at sometimes with the games. It does kind of have that bit of escalation where the deeper you go in, with the more areas you traverse, the enemies become more, like they have more tactics and enemies have different variety of attacks that they use. Especially the Mantis Traders in Queen's Garden. Those guys are the bane of my existence. I hate them. I hate the soul dudes in the Soul Sanctum or whatever in the City of Tears. I hate those guys with a passion. I hate them so much. But anyway, again, this game, it's such a good game. It is a great game, and it's crazy to think that it's already 8 years old. This game is 8 years old already, and now its successor, now its sequel or possible prequel, whatever Silksong is just around the corner, literally 2 days away from release. That is crazy to think about. But yeah, this game is awesome. I really like this game. And now, again, that I've gone through a full playthrough of it again, I love it even more. My Hollow Knight love has been fully reinvigorated, I guess. And it sucks, because, not the love for Hollow Knight, but it sucks that I was never really too big into the community. Like, I was there, but I wasn't actively participating most of the time. I was just kind of perusing around YouTube and occasional Reddit threads and things like that. I never really engaged with the community all that much. Kind of, but not really. And in hindsight, that's something I really regret, because I wasn't a true skonger, I guess, necessarily. I didn't fall headfirst into the Silk sanity as much as everybody else and collectively lost my mind with all the other Hollow Knight fans waiting for Silksong news that we thought would never come. Like, I wasn't really big into that. I know, I'm a fake Hollow Knight fan. I know. It sucks. But I was never really part of that. I was there, but I wasn't actively participating there. And that's just something I kind of regret, because there's so much with this community, there's so much this community has made over the years, and I wish I had engaged with it more. I really do. I wish I had made videos talking about Hollow Knight. I wish that I had engaged more with the community, things like that, because I'm not a true, authentic skonger, I guess. I never really got to live through the believer denier era on the Silksong subreddit. I never really got to see the true glory of all the Silk posts and things like that. And I also was just, I never really paid too much attention to Hollow Knight and its community, which I think is a massive mistake on my part, because I love this game. And I think the community is great too. I think the community has made some awesome, amazing things. Every community on the internet does. But today we're talking about Hollow Knight, so I'm calling attention to it. So, yeah. But anyway, back to actually talking about the game. there's just so much I could say, but what can I say that hasn't already been said a million times before? There's so much in this game that just pulls you in, and it's such a good game, and I haven't even gone through everything in it. I went through the majority of the map, but there's still a lot of stuff I could have missed. I didn't do any of the God Home stuff. I never completed the Path of Pain or any of the Pantheons or anything like that, and I also still haven't fought Nightmare King Grim. I might do that though. Maybe I might squeeze that one out before Silksong's release, a final little thing to cross off on the to-do list. Maybe. I don't know, because Troop Master Grim was already difficult enough for me. I don't even want to imagine how bad Nightmare King Grim is. So, yeah, especially with that fear of double mask damage. Yikes, that really messes you up. But anyway, might do that. Maybe. Might have one more thing to do on my bucket list before I move on to Silksong. And I'm so hyped for Silksong. Like, seriously. I'm probably not going to make a series playing through it. Maybe, but as of now, I think I might just play it on my own, in my own time. I can't English anymore. I've been talking too long. I'm starting to stumble on my words. I'm probably not going to make a series talking about it. But playing it, I mean. Whoops. Again. Perfect example. I'm probably not going to make a series playing it because I just want to play it in my own time, and I also don't want to subject the world to my embarrassing ass gameplay. That's going to be an utter nightmare, but maybe. It's possible. But yeah, I'm super excited for Silksong. I'm so hyped for it. I'm really interested to see how Silksong plays into Hollow Knight, like how the story builds off of what was established in Hollow Knight. I know that Silksong takes place in an entirely separate kingdom, the kingdom of Fairloom or Farloom, whatever, tomato. I know that Farloom is a completely, or Fairloom, whatever. The kingdom that Silksong takes place in, I know it's a completely different place from Hollow Nest, but I'm really interested to see how the game builds off of Hollow Knight. If it's a prequel, if it's a sequel, and if it's a sequel, how does it pick up from where Hollow Knight left off? Because I'm pretty sure Team Cherry has come out and said that none of the endings in Hollow Knight are necessarily canon, but with Silksong, if it is a sequel to Hollow Knight, if it's not just going to go its own way, which it very well could, then it begs the question, which ending, if none of them are really the true canonical ending, which one is closest to being, like, canon, or closest to following up the events with Silksong? Basically, probably anything except sealed siblings, because Hornet is alive and not sealed away in the black egg. I would assume. I know, Galaxy Brain take there, who would have thought? But yeah, I'm really interested to see how Silksong builds off of Hollow Knight. I'm really interested to see what Silksong has to offer, and yeah, I love Hollow Knight. I'm just gonna use that as my closing statement. So with that being said, I think I've yapped for long enough. So yeah, with that being said, that's going to be about it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you made it to the end here, especially thanks to you, because that means that you took time out of your day to watch this video until the end, and for that, I thank you. And yeah, I'm super excited for Silksong, super hyped, and Hollow Knight is a great game. Go ahead and reiterate that. I'll scream that from the hilltops, just like everybody else, until the day my vocal cords wither away. And yeah, that's about it. Bye.